Hello, Meoni here, and today I'm making pet food, more specifically, the best pet food I can make in the game. If, like me, you were frankly horrified of how much grub your pets are actually getting through, and always forget to unsummon them, before long that paw print icon will be blinking red again, and before you know it, you aren't picking up any loot in the game automatically anymore. And who wants that, especially when you've invested so much money into pets in the game? So, I invested a small amount of time into cooking to get it to apprentice level. That's above beginner 10, it goes to apprentice, which is just past beginner, like I say, and to be honest, it's not really that hard to do. You just want to mass produce something like beer or a basic recipe you can find elsewhere, or in a future video, because we're going to be doing more cooking videos. So basically, all you'll need today, like I say, is apprentice level cooking for this guide. So today's recipe will be organic feed. This recovers 70 satiety or hunger per use on a pet, which is amazing, especially considering the store-bought one with real-life money only recovers 30 hunger, and this one recovers 70. This will save you money, but not necessarily time, as it has a few steps. Basically, the first thing we need to make is something called oatmeal. This consists of 4 materials in total, which are milk, cooking honey, onions, and flour. So let's look at the flour. The flour can be any type of flour obtained by grinding up grain such as corn, wheat, barley, etc. They will all work. So you simply press L, put your grain in there, such as your wheat for example, and grind them into flour. You will need 9 of your chosen type of flour, and grain is pretty inexpensive. In itself, it's very easy to grow on a farm. But this isn't a farming guide, so we will be fast tracking as much as possible with the auction house and other means. So just get 9 of your chosen flour, just grind some wheat up that you bought from the auction house, easy peasy. Next up is your milk. This can be obtained on the marketplace, but due to high demand and relatively easy sourcing, you can get it yourself relatively painlessly. Over at Olvia Town, if you remember, the place that you started at the beginning of the game is a small ranch of cows here on the map, in case you're wondering. At this location there is a daily that rewards you basically with some milk for actually gathering milk from the cows nearby. Now obviously you don't need this daily to get milk. You can go and milk any cow anytime, but it is extra milk as a reward for doing what we are about to do, so obviously it makes sense to pick it up and hand it in and get some free milk. Milking is a straightforward process. It's as straightforward as going up to a cow and pressing R to start a minigame. You have 30 seconds to milk a cow. This time limit is barely unnecessary, as it will only take you about 7 or 8 seconds to milk a cow in total anyway. Press the corresponding mouse button and hold it so that the other side fills, then press the other button, making sure not to hold down the button too long, otherwise you will fail the whole process and that cow will be on a cooldown, wasting your energy. Once the gauge fills to 100% of milk, you have yourself some milk in your inventory. Hey presto! I was getting about 5 milk per successful milking, so it's not too bad, and you won't need to spend too much time on this. You could even bring some alts here, log them on only when you need milk and just transport them between warehouses. That works as well. Next up is the cooking honey. Now the auction house sells this regularly listed. However, if you wanted to do this legitimately in the hard way, you can invest into Alejandro Farm, which is a place west of Hydel. You might remember it from a parasitic bee questline. Oh god. Assign a worker to the node. When you click on the farm, you'll see these 2 like bushel nodes. Assign a worker and you can they will actually collect honey for you. However, we are doing this for speed today, and so we're going to use the auction house, but this is the other method of doing it, like slightly less expensive way. Honey is quite pricey, especially in large quantities. Lastly, you'll need some onions. Now, these are obtained from various sources. There's actually a daily quest in Olvia again from the innkeeper who awards them. Supposedly certain seed vendors in the world sell them. Somebody said on Reddit that the seed vendor near the warehouse in Calfian sells them, although I couldn't confirm this as I couldn't find him. But anyway, whatever your choice of acquiring these items is, you will need 9 flour in total, 3 milk, 3 onions, and 2 cooking honey. Next, we simply go up to our cooking utensil in the house, and we press cook, and hey presto, I made 2 oatmeal, which is exactly what I need for my organic feed recipe. So let's move on to that next stage. I will need 2 oatmeal, 5 meat, this can be wolf, fox, pork, lamb, bear, weasel, raccoon, or even deer meat. I've even seen on one of the websites it shows rhino meat, so supposedly there's rhinos in maybe Valencia. That's pretty awesome. So 5 meat, 4 chicken meat. This can also be cuckoo bird meat or flamingos, if you know where flamingos are. They're south of Hydel in the swamp area. Great place to farm around level 20. You can also get cuckoo birds, the meat from them by basically butchering them. Take a butcher's knife when you're doing a quest near Alejandro Farm. So 4 chicken meat in total, and 4 dried quality fish. You can also use 1 fresh green fish if you'd rather fish it yourself. I use 4 dried quality fish here, grey ones. Put all of these into your pot and boom, you have organic feed. This stuff restores 70 hunger per feed of a pet. The cash shop one restores only 30 per feed. This then saves you money, and if like me you want to put minimal effort into cooking etc. to get it and don't want to spend real money, then this is a quick look at how you can make the best pet food in the game. If you found this useful, let me know below, understanding of course that this isn't the only method of making organic feed, and doing it all yourself individually per ingredient will save you money and time. I completely acknowledge that. This was simply for lazy people like myself, but I hope this video has been some use to people, at least for the recipes maybe, and I'll see you next time, hopefully with fed pets.